PeachesJamesKeaton here with PJKNotary. Welcome to my channel. So if you are returning, thank you. I appreciate you coming back. And if you are new here, welcome. I am PeachesJamesKeaton, so I am a mobile notary and loan signing agent. And today I would like to talk about general notary work. So, when I started my journey, I focused heavily on loan signings. I actually was nervous to do general notary work. I'm not sure if it's because with loan signings, you typically get your loan package ahead of the signing. You have a chance to kind of review the documents, put tags on them. You just have a chance to kind of get prepped and you know what documents you're going to be presenting. Whereas a lot of times with general notary work, you don't get those documents ahead of time. The signers are going to just have those documents with them. And you'll get to kind of scan them once you get to their location. So I think that was one thing that kind of just made me nervous, kind of having that uncertainty a little bit. And I think I just was just nervous to complete wills and power of attorneys. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about some things that actually help me get through that hump. So I talk about this a lot with loan signing and being a loan signing agent, and the fact that you don't want to be an uneducated loan signing agent. And I feel the same way just about being a notary public in general. You definitely want to be an educated notary public because the community and the people that you are serving, they are kind of expecting us to be the experts. And a lot of times it's not as straightforward as just witnessing their signature and doing our notarization. There are unique situations that do come up, and we have to be the ones to know how we are going to handle that. If someone comes and they say, you know what, I don't have the proper ID here, but I do have two credible witnesses, is that allowed? They're going to be looking to us, to see, and we are the ones that also want to be able to give them options. If they say, I don't have a driver's license, well, we can't say, well, I don't know what other form of ID is acceptable. We have to be the ones to know that. Give them some options. Do you have a passport? Do you have a military ID? So we have to be educated. But there are tools that you can utilize. So it doesn't mean we necessarily just have to memorize everything. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of, it's a lot. But we do want to have definitely the general knowledge of what our state laws is, the main things. Now, there are going to be some nuances. And the main thing with those nuances is we just have to know where to find them. And I'm going to talk about a tool that I used that really helped me in a situation that I was in. So the first thing I recommend everybody doing is taking some sort of notary training. I actually took the Notary Essentials training through the NNA, which is the National Notary Association. The cost is about $59, so it's not super expensive. And actually, depending on if you are taking a certain training, for example, I took Mark Wills's The Loan Signing System, of which I do have a link to that down below. But in his course, he actually offers a discount to the Notary Essentials training. So it actually only cost me $25. So that's just something to keep in mind, that some trainings out there do offer discounts to be able to also take that Notary Essentials training. But I would highly recommend taking that. That training helped me so much, just really understanding what my duty is as a notary, what my particular state laws are, and it is something I recommend taking for sure. The second thing I would recommend is becoming an NNA member. Again, this is with the National Notary Association. I would recommend becoming a member. And you can become a member for $69 for 1 year. Again, if you happen to take a training course that you're already in, say for loan signings, there might be disc codes. offered again in Mark Wills's loan signing system. We had a discount code, and I was able to get into the membership program for $30 for the year. There are sometimes other coupons out there that you can find to get a discount on that membership, but I highly recommend the membership. I didn't think at first, I was like, oh, am I going to use it? But I've actually used it way more than I anticipated. So they have a really great hotline that you can call and ask state specific questions. I've used it quite a bit to just ask questions. They have monthly bulletins that they send out. There's tips on there. You can download the notarial certificates on there. So they just have a wealth of resources that you can use as a member. And I definitely think it's worth it. Like I said, the hotline alone was worth it. When you're in those scenarios, you can call them when you're, at the loan signing table, or you can call them at an appointment or ahead of time. It's just, again, having that resource there. Because again, sometimes reading through a lot of the state laws and some of the verbiage it can be a little bit confusing. And so they're there to help you through those different scenarios and helping you to understand some of those laws and some of the language that could be a little bit confusing. So I definitely, recommend the NNA membership. And the last tool I would recommend is the Notary Primer. And again, shout out to NNA, and they are not sponsoring this or anything like that. They are just a great resource for notaries. But the primer, they have them available for every state, and they also have a U.S. primer as well, but I have the Nebraska specific one. It was only $20, and again, I carry this in my bag with me. It has a lot of the scenarios in there, and I'll give you guys an example. So I had an appointment for a power of attorney, and the signer's son, he did mention that his mother had just had arm surgery. She may or may not be able to sign, appropriately with her arm. So we'll just have to see when we get there. And so sure enough, when I got there, you know, she tried to sign and she just physically couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She tried to even use she just couldn't do it. She couldn't do her signature. And so I knew something. I'd heard about signature by Mark and wanted to see, okay, can this be an option? What do I need? What does that even look like? And so I did take out that primer to look up signature by Mark and what are the procedures that I would need to do to provide this as an option for her. And for those of you who might not be familiar with what that is, signature by Mark is essentially that if a signer cannot physically do, due to a disability or whatever, they can't physically sign their name, they're able to just put a mark. And there are steps and procedures that you have to do as the notary to be able to allow them to do that. But had I not had that primer, I wouldn't have known what to do. I potentially could have tried to Google real quick or something, but it was just so much handier to have that information just right there and readily available and not having to go multiple places trying to look for it. It was really easy just to find in that book. And so that's another thing that I definitely recommend. I have used it multiple times, just looking up various scenarios and different things, because like I said, sometimes it's not always as straightforward as we think. There's going to be just little nuances that come up, and we have to, again, know our state laws. But if we don't know specifically every step we need to take, having a resource to go to is going to be your best friend. So don't sleep on general notary work. A lot of us, we tend to focus on just our loan signings, but once I finally ripped off the Band-Aid, decided to get my Google business page and really, stop being scared to go out there into our community and provide, that service that so many people are needing. A lot of people need mobile notaries. And so once I finally got over that fear, got my resources together, I found that it is a great way to make some extra cash and really supplement loan signings. when you have an appointment, you don't have to print out 150, 300 pages. There's usually no printing involved. They're usually really quick appointments. Most of the time, it's 1 or 2 documents that individuals might need to be notarized. Yes, you're going to have longer ones if it's a power of attorney. You know, I had one, they were doing a will and a power of attorney. So you are going to get those appointments. It might take a little bit longer, it might take you 30 minutes, but most of the appointments that I've had, 5-10 minutes tops. It's usually 1 or 2 documents, super quick. And then you're getting paid right there on the spot. So as we all know with loan signings, you're getting paid a lot of times 30 to 45 days out. And so this is a great way. You're getting paid right then and there on the spot, quick and easy to do. And you're just out there helping the community and helping those in need. And that's really made me feel good too, because there's been a lot of scenarios where individuals they've just had surgery and they can't leave the house, or I did have to go to a nursing home. So just being able to be out there and helping your community as well. So definitely, if you haven't already, add general notary work into a service that you're offering as well. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, everybody.